Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Laureli Shimayo. This is our Me-We Metaphysics and Wellness Awakening and Training panel for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and online. Tonight is our online event. It's our training panel. We have 4 practitioners that are stepping up on the stage, getting more experience sharing their modalities and more experience being sharing their modalities on stage. Here to answer your questions. It's the anything and everything panel. We don't have a particular theme, so they're available to answer questions on really any topic. And you'll hear as they introduce themselves what a wide range of modalities and topics they approach in their work. There are a couple of us that are supporting the 4 practitioners on stage tonight. We'll introduce ourselves too. It's free to be here to listen and learn, and it's a small price to ask a question of the panel. I'll be putting information in the chat again about all of that and how everything works tonight. And we understand we've got some people in line already, so I'll be getting the line all together, and I'll post in the chat too, the line, everyone in line. Yeah, just excited to be here together. Thanks for supporting us. All right, so let's see. So practitioners, let's go ahead and go through and do our introductions. You've got a couple of minutes to share about yourself. We're going to start off with Julia, and then Tiffany, and then Lisa and Katie. All right, Julia, you want to take off? You're welcome to go first.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this event. I'm really happy that you are here with us today. You could have chosen to be somewhere else, but you did not. So I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say that means a lot to me and everyone here. So I'm Julia, as Laureli has said. I am an empath. I specialize in psychic readings. I've done the most experience with that, but I'm also slowly transitioning to medical intuition. I am almost done with level 2 of a 2.5-year class that is sadly no longer being taught live, but it's recorded. It's by Robin Eagle Sage, if any of you are interested in joining me on that particular path. I also have through level 4 on vortex healing, but I did not take any more because their classes are wonderful, but they're quite pricey. So it was fun while it lasted. And I also am, I guess you could say, an unofficial channel because I don't do it per se officially, but I usually get channeled messages when I start to read for people. So don't be surprised if I just suddenly switch and start saying something like, "Hello, beloved." That's usually their intro. So thank you and welcome.
Thanks so much, Julia. And this is a perfect opportunity for exploring all kinds of modalities that show up. Susie and I have talked about this too. Like, we've opened so much to so many new modalities doing all this work together. It's great being here together and having an opportunity to be of service and expand our capacity as well. All right, Tiffany.
Hi, everyone. Tonight I'm doing intuitive tarot readings. I've also created my own Oracle art cards. I'm a Reiki level 2 practitioner. I can do Akashic record readings. I'm also a life coach. And in my free time, I also like to do crafting. So I have some jewelry, dream catchers, and smudge sticks that I make. And I can show you some of my collage Oracle cards. And these are just cards that I created for myself, but I find that I'm able to read with them for other people as well, and that's always fun. So I look forward to being here tonight. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Tiffany. All right, Lisa.
Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be here to help out the panel. I'm new at this, but wanted to share with you that I call myself a creative mixed medium. And as an intuitive business coach, I help mystics like you find the courage to co-create with their intuition to grow their confidence as well as their income. I can also help you learn how to work with the moon phases and tarot to effectively grow your business. And as a seer, I have the ability to see the bigger picture for people in their business and guide them on the right path for rapid growth. For instance, I met a woman who created lotions, and I saw that she was going to launch a big spa in New York City. She did. She launched 2. And for others, I've seen books in their future to help launch their careers. It's different for everyone. I've built several hundred products over the years, and I've sold them around the world. And I've co-created with Spirit to build the right product for the right audience. Lastly, on an unrelated note, I can call my spirit kitties back from the cosmos. I have a spirit kitty, Chardonnay, who's my spirit animal and often visits me in the mundane world, walking me all over the bed. If you have an animal that's moved from this world to the next and you'd like more information on what steps to rekindle your energetic relationship, I'm happy to share that with you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Lisa. All right, Katie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Katie, and I'm an intuitive healer. I love helping people connect with the wisdom of their bodies, their intuition, and their higher consciousness so that they can navigate their life with more ease, clarity, confidence, and joy. And I do somatic counseling, which is body-based counseling based off somatic experiencing. I also do hypnotherapy, and I am just starting to mentor and teach, which is really fun. So yeah, I started out doing energy work. Reiki was what got me into this world. And it's quickly evolved to my own form of energy work that I do. And currently I don't have an office, but I do all of this long distance. And I also do Reiki healing for animals long distance, which I love. I love animals. So yeah, just having fun. It's evolving, and I'm looking forward to answering some questions tonight. This is new for me, so I'm excited.
Thanks so much, Katie. Great to have you join us. And these 4 practitioners are being supported by Susy and myself. Susy, tell us about you.
Thanks, Laureli. I'm Susy Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing, and I'm a channel and an energy healer, a guide. Channeling, I think, is being a conduit for energy to come through. So I feel we can all do it, but how it manifests with everybody is dependent on what they're comfortable with. Let's see, I've got a website, bluelightninghealing.com, and I do a lot of stuff online, but I also do it in person now, and I'm excited to be a part of this and to help other people learn what their gifts are and what their strengths are. And it's just so fulfilling for me to see somebody step out and do this too. So thanks.
Thanks so much, Susy. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader and a body psychology coach. I read your eyes, read your soul, and answer questions about your life purpose, your career path, relationships that you're in. You show me photos of other people in your life. I use this for matchmaking. I love to look at your parents and your exes, see patterns, and then help you see who would be a better date for you, a soulmate. And then we use online dating to help you find that person. Those are examples of the things that I do, and I'm happy to support practitioners as they're stepping forward on their path. I opened to practice in the metaphysical world because of events like this. I'm happy to be able to give back and support us all as we grow and expand. All right. And let's see, we've got a couple of people in line with questions already tonight. So the way this is going to work is we'll have someone come up on stage too with the practitioners and ask a question. When you ask, keep in mind, right, this is public, we're recording this and it's going to be posted online. So if you don't want us going, I guess if we go deeper than you want us to go, or we talk about topics that you don't want sharing about here, please interrupt us and give us guidance and help us stay in a pathway that's really of service to you tonight. And doing readings, right, all kinds of different things can come up. So please support us to honor you. Also, we'd appreciate your support in allowing the attention to stay up on the practitioners tonight and the person asking the question. It's a great opportunity to practice opening to your intuition. So things may come through you. We believe that everybody potentially is open. You might want to have something to write with. So whatever shows up, you can write that down. Often the messages are fleeting. And please hold that. And then if you want to, when we're done answering someone's question, you're welcome to privately chat them and ask them if they'd like to hear what came through you. Please practice consent. It's possible that they may feel full and not want any more right then, and trust that it's come through you for some other reason. Yeah, so great to be here all together, doing this all together. Thanks everyone for your support. Let's see, so we've got 2 people in line. We've got Tracy in line and then Trina in line, and I'll put the information in the chat again too. if anyone else wants to jump in and ask questions. We've got time and great answers. All right. Well, Tracy, what is your question?
A question about love life relationships. I currently don't have one, and I would like one. And I'm just wondering what it is I can do to help that along, I guess, to find the right person for me.
All right, great. And practitioners, yeah, if you're able to use the raise hand element in Zoom, that's great. And just let me know when you feel ready. And take their time to check in. Right, or pull cards, etc. Great. Go ahead, Katie.
Okay, Tracy. What I got is you just need to start having more fun. Have fun with it. Like if you can think of it as like an adventure or a game, and just, yeah, find things that you love to do and start doing them more, bring more joy and, yeah, joy and fun into your life. And that will magnetize the right people to you. So I hope that's, and you can, I really love using what if questions instead of affirmations because it helps get around like any resistance. So you could say, like, what if I'm falling madly in love with myself? I think that would be a really good one for you. Let's see. What if I'm playing with my love match or something like that, and it's not something you think about, but just feel how it can shift the energy in your body when you say it, and it'll help open you up to align with that, the frequency of what you're wanting.
Great. Tracy, it's totally up to you. Is there anything you want to share with Katie about how those suggestions land?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it over and over, kind of like work on yourself, have fun, do the things you like, find your interests, and you'll draw people of that energy to you. And I believe that's true as well. Yeah.
And Katie, go ahead. Do you have one more time if there's anything else you want to share? Just back and forth.
Yeah, just, I mean, you might have heard this stuff before, but yeah, it actually, that's how things work. So yeah.
I guess, but Katie, yeah. So just, is there any way that you, I'd say, just feeling Tracy's energy? Is there anything that you like in terms of that advice? Is there anything specific for Tracy that you pick up?
I'm just wondering, Tracy, like if there's certain things that help you to like feel your heart more open and feel just more connected in general. Like it could be something really silly, like being around animals or.
Yeah, I have a dog.
Okay.
I tend to do better with animals than people.
Okay.
But other than that, there's yeah, I'm trying to find things that interest me that I like to do, and it's been difficult actually.
Yeah. Well, the love and the connection that you have with your dog, if you can start loving yourself as much as you love your dog, like you probably like say sweet things to your dog all of the time, and like if you could like say sweet things to yourself, and like oh, honey, I love you so much. Like, you're so beautiful. And yeah, the more that you can love yourself up, I think then those things that bring you joy, it'll become more obvious. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Katie. Great. We've got Lisa and then Tiffany. Go ahead, Lisa.
Oh, I would like to go as well.
Oh,
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. So Lisa, Tiffany, and then Julia.
Hey, Tracy, how are you this evening?
Not too bad, thank you.
So I drew an oracle card and it's slow and steady. And I recognize that sometimes slow and steady, that's not what we want. And I totally get that. And what I also got was meetup. And I'm wondering, can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing now to kind of encourage getting out there and meeting people?
Getting out and meeting people, nothing other than I'm on a dating site, online dating site. And I just kind of think of it as like, I just want to just go do something. Not anticipating I'm going to find the one or anything, but yeah, just, I don't know, like go for some munchies, meet somebody, whatever. Yeah, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. So kind of piggybacking off of what Katie was saying, I'm a big animal freak as well. And when I started meeting people back in my 20s, I started going to meetup groups and I started actually volunteering for animal rescue groups. And so I would become a dog handler and I would meet all kinds of people that way. And when I originally heard meetup, I also heard play with many different types of meetup groups. So it could be, maybe becoming a dog handler for a rescue group. So that way you could have this regular schedule, maybe twice a month where you would meet people. But also go on dates with your dog, because dogs attract the right people. And also you can sense the right people through your dog. So I love being able to determine whether or not that person's going to be a suitable fit for me if they don't meet my cat's expectations or if they meet your dog's expectations. So that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing get out, but be playful, get out with your dog and be playful in those areas that's going to encourage you to be there with your dog to meet other people and then see what happens from there. Does that resonate at all?
Yeah, like I say, nothing really like makes me interested, like at this point anyway, in just getting out, I guess, and doing, I just feel like I work, I'm tired. It's easier just to come home and just like,
yeah.
And I feel like I almost need to be alone because I'm with people all day and it just drains me.
Yeah. Are you an introvert?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as a fellow introvert, what I end up doing is scheduling time. So that way I can psych myself up. Ooh, Saturday, I'm going to be doing X. So I want to make sure I get enough rest Wednesday and Thursday and Friday so I can go out for Saturday. So maybe scheduling something like that might help.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Lisa. Go ahead, Tiffany, and then Julia.
Okay. Hi, Tracy.
Hello.
Okay, the first card I got was the Knight of Pentacles. And to me, this represents the type of guy that you might be looking for. So the Knight of Pentacles is very dependable, stable, reliable, strong. And you can see like he's just completely covered in this armor. So he's just ready to like fight, very grounded. And so I'm wondering if the first part is really knowing what type of partner you're looking for. And if you're looking for someone who's healthy for you, do you feel like you know kind of what you want and what you're looking for? And have you had kind of patterns in the past that maybe some relationships weren't as healthy?
Definitely. Relationships that aren't, I would say, healthy, kind of like stems from childhood with men in general. And I've got this kind of this real like push pull. Like I had met somebody on New Year's Eve and he's a great guy, but he's not ready to be in a relationship. And I want him near because like I really enjoy being around him. And then I push him away because he's not ready and I don't want to get hurt. And I don't know, like, so this is something I also do and I want to stop doing that. And I know what I want. I wrote it out, like I've written it out, like the type of person that I am looking for. Yeah. So it's tough when I find somebody that I'm really connected to and it seems mutual and you just can't go there. So that's hard too.
Like if they're unavailable.
Yeah.
Okay. The second card I got is Temperance. And Temperance is about balance. And I know earlier you mentioned, like being tired from work. And so I think Temperance here really is talking about having that work-life balance, like as much time that you spend like on self-care, you want to invest that time like in dating. So kind of figuring out what works best for you, that feels balanced and that you're not worn out.
Right.
Yeah. And I also got Page of Cups. And the page is about learning, exploring, and Cups is about emotions, creativity, intuition. And so this makes me think that perhaps exploring your own creativity and intuition, maybe even spirituality, and really getting in touch with yourself as well. And maybe doing some creative activities for yourself, but also you could do it as a group, like maybe like a paint and sip or ceramics, like going to a pottery wheel. You could do like a Groupon and maybe like meet people that way. So that's what I got from the cards.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Tiffany and Julia.
Okay. Hi, Tracy.
Hello.
And I'm really glad that Tiffany went before me because you shared stuff that leads into what I got. I think you have quite a bit of unconscious like self-sabotage and unworthiness sort of running around. I'm not sure if that resonates with you or not, but and also what I got was that Spirit wanted me to, I haven't even announced this to anyone yet, but I guess the cat's out of the bag. I want to start creating light language recordings, custom light language recordings for people. And I got that they want me to do that for you. So if you want to take me up on that, we could exchange details afterwards, but I hope that helps.
Great. And Julia, I guess maybe do you, yeah, I appreciate your insight and your suggestion of what kinds of tools. I wonder if there's anything, I guess maybe do you want to say anything about like what you sense about these lessons for Tracy? Like what, just what it might be like for her hearing that and anything you might say that has her feel into that more. Yeah, Susie, you have something too, so.
Oh, okay. They're just lessons that have carried over from multiple lifetimes. And I feel like you're also starting to work through the unconscious stuff and also working with the, I love yourself, kind of like you love your dog. I think that'll start to shift things as well if you don't feel like diving into light language right now.
Go ahead, Susie. Yeah.
What I'm curious about, Julia, is what your perception of light language is. How do you define it, Julia?
Well, it's channeling basically spirit language, I guess, would be. I've done a couple of recordings for myself just to practice. And it's language that was before, I think, you know what, it's all hazy right now, but I think it was before we spoke in English. It was like almost kind of telepathic, but it's through words, but it's not words that we understand. And it changes your, I think it changes your DNA, I think.
Yeah. Okay, because I do like language too, and I see it as shifting energy and coming from the soul, and I think that's it's helpful to shift one's. I think your DNA is. I haven't looked at it that deeply, but I think so in shifting energy. So yeah, I think light language would be a good thing. Thanks, Julia. I'm glad you brought that up.
You're welcome. It's cool that you do it too.
Yeah.
Great. Great. All right. So, and practitioners that shared, just hearing everyone else share, is there anything else that occurs to you that you want to share with Tracy? Just checking. Sometimes hearing each other.
I
else comes up.
do. Yeah. Tracy, I'm wondering if you do any kind of healing or therapeutic work.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been in with a therapist for, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 years on a regular basis, trying to figure out, I just don't get anywhere. And, you know, like I just spoke to him yesterday, I guess, you know, and I think there's stuff I don't remember that is like, I believe it's in your cells and it affects what you do, like, because it's had an impact on my life up till now. And so I don't know if I need to address that or not. And I've been listening to more like audiobooks with Buddhism teachings. I'm just trying to get at what do I need to do to help myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like you're on the path, and that's so wonderful that you're doing that and that you want to know what you can do to help. Because that's essential to be in that frame of mind. And so is the therapy that you're doing, is it talk therapy?
Yeah, I've done talk therapy. I've done like EMDR, different forms of that. I had asked him about hypnosis, if he thought that might be, and he didn't really, like he said, I don't know anything about it. So it wasn't anything that he comment on. And that's where I'm at. I don't know if I have to deal with past stuff or if I can just move forward and be fine.
Well, what I feel is we all have to deal with past stuff. We all have trauma. Just growing up in this culture is traumatic, and you know our parents are traumatized, and it gets passed down. And talk therapy, it's just not like it's not very effective because it's just all in the mind,
Right.
and it's not incorporating the whole system. So I would really recommend if you could find someone who does like somatic therapy, which is what I do, but you know, it doesn't have to be me, anyone like who works with the body and the mind together, and also who is like aware of energy. I think that could be really amazing and transformative for you. Yeah. And because you want to like shift those patterns before you get into a relationship with someone, you know, because if you don't, you're just going to attract people that are going to be repeating those patterns with you. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks, Katie. We've got Lisa, and then Susie may have had something else to share too. Go ahead, Lisa.
Thank you. Hey, Tracy, what gives you joy?
Yeah, that's a hard question. Not a lot, but I know with my last partner, that gave me joy, you know, when he was decent. Yeah, like had a lot of fun. It's a closeness that I'm okay with, that I'm not okay with anybody else in my life. Yeah.
When I was growing up, I learned to enjoy drawing and making things. And what I encourage people to do is create a list of things that brings them joy. Is it blowing bubbles? Is it matinee movies? You know, what are those things? So I might just briefly recommend writing out a list of all the things that you used to love to do as a kid and revisit those. And
as a kid, I wasn't allowed to play.
Ah,
or laugh.
ah,
So like, I don't like games. I've never played games. I don't like them. Yeah. Things like that.
that's tough. I get it. Maybe create some new rules for yourself.
Right. I was just going to say that I got to figure something else that
So just to wrap this up, maybe give yourself permission. If you couldn't do something when you were a child, say, I'm going to do it now, and find a way to find joy in that. And if it's not that, find something else.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would like to share something.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna check in with you. Perfect.
Okay. Also, sometimes if you find the right relationship, that they can help you shift things together. Like there's this sense that we have to do everything by ourselves, and sometimes it's really helpful to find a person to share things with and bounce ideas off of and stuff. And I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Great. And Susie, so I know, like for us, like Susie and I are on panels all the time, and there's always so much that we want to share, and this is really for the four of you to be up here. So Susie, is there anything else that do you want to just in in helping hold everything together in the end?
Yeah, that's what I was going to comment on, is that the practitioners had really excellent ideas bringing up these questions for you to look at. It's not going to be right now where it all just gets and it evaporates. It is going to take some effort and dedication to yourself to work through these, but integrating your past experiences. I love the idea of light language and giving yourself permission to be a kid. And, like a kid, they'd go, oh, okay, I've done 2 minutes of this. I'm good. I'm gone. Go ahead and go along with that and allow yourself that opportunity. You are not exclusively what your past is. You are true, the sum of your experiences, but you're not just your past experiences. So I do encourage you to look at these other modalities. I feel very strongly that the somatic experiences you have is going to be something to look at, and also look at what you're resisting. I know you're going to be going into deep, dark places, and that's what having a practitioner who can guide you along, that's where you can find the hopes, and they can help you and support you in that. So yeah, hang in there. You can do this. We're here to help.
That's great. And so a comment that Katie made, and then I think Lisa made later in a different way, and they asked you what you enjoy, or like, and somehow it got turned into what's fun for you. And I know you said you don't really know. I think that in some ways you actually do know, and you said it earlier in one of your answers. You imagine like you want to just get out there and do something. You meant like with a person, like to go on a date. But I think like really listening to those kinds of things, like what you want to do. So like getting out and doing. And I know you said you feel tired and that you're at home, and but really the natural impulses that come out of you, those are the things that will lead you to what you really do want to do, like to do. And you'll find people that like and want to do those things. So yeah, so it's helping you like change the kind of the ruts that you've gotten into. And yeah, I trust that you can. Yeah, so thanks so much for getting us started and letting us answer your questions. And yeah, practitioners, you all did great, and thanks for working with our prompts of ways you might go slightly deeper or say a little more. All right, we've got more questions in line. We've got Trina and Joy, and I'm getting ready to check to see if we've got more in line already. So Trina, you are next.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Trina, and so my question is a little more general. What kind of well, let me start over. Okay, so if myself or even anyone else listening to this might want to start growing and developing their own intuition and psychic gifts of any sort, what would you recommend, what kind of books or exercises, practices to do, things we can practice on our own, or maybe with friends or acquaintances to grow our own natural intuition. And then also to expand on that, would it matter what kind of exercises or practices we could do based on what type of gift we're wanting to develop, whether it's psychic gifts or mediumship, or even is there any differentiation between the different type of psychic gifts, whether it's clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, all of those. Does it really matter which exercises or practice you might do?
Great, and thanks for your question. And are you all right if they answer specifically with direction of what they think your gifts might be, as well as answering generally?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I will say I've had some experiences coming through where I'm having claircognizance, clairaudience, even maybe a little bit of mediumship. So that's where I'm starting from.
Great, thanks. I know we've had some other people join us in the room, and I'll repost some of the basic stuff on the event. Thanks for your question, Trina. And yeah, so let's see who's ready for an answer.
I am. I'm not sure if someone's ahead of me, but
Go ahead, go first.
okay. I'm getting that you're a clair blended, which means you have all 4 gifts. I think that's basically all. I think the clairaudience might be not quite as strong. The mediumship is bouncing around like a little ping pong. It looks really cute. And I like the books by Sherry Dillard, because there's 2 of them, and they're called You Are Your Psychic Type and Discover Your Psychic Type. And the first one takes you through all the different gifts and different exercises, and then the second one does a good job of like combining them. They basically both take you through different exercises through all the 4 gifts, but the first one encourages you to go with your strongest one, and then in part 2 you go through them all again, and then you start combining them. Also, there's a great video, free YouTube video. There's 2 of them on a channel called L&L Awakening, and one of them is opening your ESP, and the other one is connecting to divinity or source. I just discovered her channel. It's light language. Again, she has all kinds of good stuff up there, and you can also request for stuff. There's also a course if you want to develop strictly your clairvoyance through Lauren Shiloh, the Golden Rose Psychic Reading Clinic. You can sign up for. I haven't checked lately, but hopefully it's still the same. You can do a month of work, and then you can join her free weekly reading clinic, and that's on Sundays at 8 a.m. Pacific time. I also have a lot of different other stuff. If you want to like develop your medical intuition, there's different books that I found by Tina Zion. There's Sherry Dillard also has a mediumship book out. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Julia. All sorts of rich resources. So Julia's been actively expanding her skills over the last years since we met at our events. Great. All right, who else has an answer for Trina? Go ahead, Tiffany. And then Lisa.
Okay, well, I can only speak from my experience, but when I received a pranic healing session, that actually opened up my intuition a lot more, because it totally cleaned up my energy and things in my chakras and in my aura. So that in itself was super helpful and made a really big difference. Besides that, I would say, well, Laureli, she hosts practice circles where you can, do exercises and practice in real time your gifts and strengths. And yeah, I would say just practicing exercises on what you want to strengthen, and maybe just even explore everything, because there are other senses like with taste and smell that, you know, might not be as apparent, but it might still be fun to try and just kind of play and have fun with it.
Great, thanks. Yeah, and we have let's say we have a practice circle where if you're already practicing something, you can practice with peers on Friday, February 25. And then we have a learning circle where we offer exercises for expanding your intuition on March 3rd, Thursday, March 3rd. Those are coming up.
What were those dates again?
Sure, Friday, February 25. And I'm going to put them in the chat in a moment. And then Thursday, March 3rd. So we regularly do host events, and coming to these events actually helps a lot too.
Okay, and those are the dates for the practice circle?
I'll post them. There's a practice and a learning circle. One, you practice what you know, and the other, you do exercises for opening your intuition, where we present the exercises to you. Go ahead, Lisa.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Lorelei. Hi, Trina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Lisa?
Good, thank you. So much to talk about, but I'm only just going to touch on the top 3. My question to you is, when you start receiving information, how do you receive it? When do you receive it?
It varies. Sometimes it's just unprompted, just out of the blue, or sometimes it's like someone's trying to think of something, they're trying to remember something, and then it'll come to me. Or sometimes it's, I'm asking for guidance or answers, or even just small things of what to do or what to buy, or anything.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, great. So you're already starting to practice. That's really good news. So keep listening to your inner voice. And my question to you is, do you like to make? To make, yeah. Are you a creator, a creative?
Yeah.
In any?
Yeah.
What do you like to do?
Definitely. I'm a writer.
Okay.
And that's most common, but I've also done baking, sewing, cooking, things like that.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm a maker at heart, and I think as a writer, you could start to channel some more of your intuition through journaling. And for me, what I end up doing is when I make, I tend to process spirit through that. And spirit has given me a lot of really great product ideas just by making and being in the flow, because for me, that's a form of meditation. And you're going to hear a lot of practitioners tonight say, meditate. But I like to kind of pivot that a little bit and say, if sitting down and meditating bores you, consider making. And is that making bread? Is that kneading, the process of kneading, or is it the process of sewing? Those kinds of elements. And when I started to sit down and talk to spirit, for me, it was picking up a deck of oracle cards or tarot cards. So I would really try to understand what the energy of the day was going to be for me. And when I pull a card, then I would understand what its definition was, what the definition was as defined by the author. And that would really help me get in touch with spirit so that I could be more proactive in my day. And then lastly, I grew up being able to see ghosts. And so now I've honed the ability to be able to call my pets who have moved from this world to the next, to call them back and actually play with them on my bed. So, there are lots of different modalities out there. So just find the one that speaks to you and really drive hard and really work it, because it can be a wonderful experience. Does that help?
Yes, very helpful. Thank you. I
bet.
really like that idea of pulling a card every morning for the day.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Good luck.
Thank you.
Great, and Katie, go ahead.
Hi, Trina.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Katie.
I love your question. Yeah, one of the first things that came to me is meditation is important. And so do you have a meditation practice? Okay.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
Great.
for many years. And lately I've been using a lot of, I use tracks with binaural beats,
Oh, nice.
and then I do self-hypnosis recordings, and a lot of those I've made for myself because
Oh,
I'm
that's
also
so
trained in
cool.
hypnosis. So yeah.
That's cool. That's like how I started too. I made my own self-hypnosis recordings.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Have you ever done Reiki or had any training in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I trained in Reiki level 1 a long time ago, but then I've also trained in reconnective healing and pranic healing.
Okay. Awesome. Great. You're already doing it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I also got mediumship for you. So that seemed like came through really strongly. And as far as like what direction to go in, I would say really just go with what you're drawn towards doing, what you're excited about doing, and that's going to be like the path for you. And don't be attached to it being like a certain way or a certain thing, because once you go into it and start exploring it, it's going to open up, new things for you. And you just keep following what you're most excited about doing. Yeah. And automatic writing. Have you done any of that?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have actually. Yeah, I've done that for a while off and on. And then I've also trained in Akashic Records reading. So that really flows
Ah,
well for me too.
I feel like you should be on the panel.
Yeah. Well, hopefully maybe someday. Yeah, that could be a goal.
Katie,
Yeah,
just-
I mean, suited
Katie, I'm
that.
going to jump in from what you're saying. Yeah. So what's the concept that you're saying in there?
My
Like-
concept is saying trust yourself, that you've got this, like you're already there. Yeah, I think the main thing you need to work on is just the trusting and the confidence. So it like all comes back to self-love. Yeah, it all comes back to self-love. So maybe you could do some automatic writing or journaling about like, please express to me what's in my highest good to know about loving myself, and see what comes through, and use like your connection with spirit to help you with your confidence, because they're all like, you have a team that's backing you up, and it's always with you. Yeah. Is there something else I'm trying to remember? Oh yeah, and also there's a teacher that I really like. Her name's Marie Manucherry, and she's in Seattle, and she actually has a radio show where people call in and she reads their energy. And she was a nurse, so she has like the medical stuff too. And she's also written a book called Intuitive Self-Healing. So yeah, you might check her out. But I also encourage you not to get too heavy with it, and not to feel like you need to like read a bunch of books and take a bunch of courses, because you already know it, you're already doing it, and that might just be distracting for you.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know what you mean. Now I'm feeling like called to just more exercises and practice to really hone in an experiential way.
Yeah. Do you have friends that you can practice with?
Well, yeah, I do have a few friends that are psychic and intuitive and mediums. But I also have heard you want to practice with people you don't know very well.
Yeah, maybe it's time for you to get on a panel. I think it is.
Okay, I will think about it.
Yeah.
And Katie, she had asked for, you can say the name again too, the person in Seattle, the radio show.
Oh yeah, I can type it in the chat.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. And Lisa has got something else to add.
Yeah, I just wanted to double down on what Katie was saying, and that is you don't have to know everything. Just know a couple of things and make them your niche. And once you fine tune those modalities, then stretch your legs a little bit more to maybe explore another modality. But honestly, it sounds like you should be up here with us. So yeah, trust yourself. Ask spirit, what should I do next? Spirit's going to go, get on the panel.
All right, thank you.
Great. All right. Julia or Tiffany, anything else to share before Susie and I? Great.
Nope.
Susie, if you want to share anything. You're muted. Yeah.
Nope, not anymore. Ha ha. But Tracy, what I find is, they've all said it, trust what you get. That's the biggest thing. And I tend to do that. I'll get all the information and then now it's time to actually apply what you learn. And you're not going to stop learning once you apply it. So everybody said what I was thinking. That was great. I love that. So I can just say, like, check that off. But trust what you hear. Trust what you get. And I do also feel that mediumship is a very strong skill for you. You get to set the boundaries, though, with dead people. You get to tell them, no, not right now, but you can do this. Yeah. Come join us. It's fun. We're fun.
Yeah, thank you. And it's interesting that you all say that because I've never had those natural abilities until a couple of years ago. It happened when I was hanging out. I spent a couple of weeks with my friend who's a psychic medium, lifelong psychic medium.
Yeah.
And it just spontaneously happened.
It's when you say yes to what the skill is, to whatever it is. That's how I became medium oriented, is like, okay, I can do this. So yeah, you can do it. Go ahead.
Okay,
Thanks.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah, Trina, they all totally got to it. It sounds like the thing to do is to practice. And so if not your friends, ask your friends' friends, post on Facebook, come to our events, practice with other people that are interested in practicing. Yeah, come to a panel. Yeah, be on a panel, all those kinds of things. And it's just probably on the panel, not everyone felt super confident in the beginning. This is a practice. It's about building the muscles, right, by getting practice and being willing to be wrong and yeah, that's how we all learn. Great, thanks for your question.
Thank you.
And then this panel, we've got 4 people in line, so we're going to go like zip on through our questions now. We've got Joy, and then Nikita or Kiki, not sure, then Laura and Kathy. So Joy is next. Thank you for your questions, Trina and Tracy.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity of this panel. It's always really nice. My question is actually similar to Trina's, except that I haven't been practicing like that. But as some of you know that know me, and I've been to your panels before, there's been a lot of metaphysical activity within the last 5 years or so in my life. It's really spiked, like seeing a rainbow cloud or having crystals vibrate by themselves, all kinds of things with the electronics. So my question would be about soul's purpose and what your take might be on the metaphysical connection to that, because it feels like there's some connection with the soul purpose and with the metaphysical happenings. But I wonder if you have any insight on that.
Great, thank you, Joy. And beautiful background. And Susie, I'm just like,
I know, Susie. Hi.
Lisa's first.
Hi, Lisa.
Joy, hi, how are you? Doing well? Awesome. I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to respond like that. I don't want you to think about it.
Huh.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
What do you want to do with your talents and skills?
Oh, well, I started a website. I just recently started an LGBTQ website.
Nope. What do you want to do?
Oh, well, that's the thing. That's my question. I feel like it has something to do with the metaphysical, all that's been happening. But I'm not sure how that would manifest.
I'm thinking you're overthinking this. I don't want you to overthink this. I want you to trust yourself.
Okay, yeah.
So Spirit's telling me to trust yourself and listen to your inner voice when you say, what is it I want to do? Because I remember 6-8 months or so ago, I was standing in my kitchen and I just spouted off to my husband, I want to be a channel. I don't know where that came from. I think that was Spirit just talking through me. And I'm going, oh, okay. I want to be a channel.
Great, right. No,
So try practicing some of that. What is it you want to do?
great. Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Real.
Thanks, Lisa. Oh, Katie is ready. Go ahead, Katie. Yeah, Julia, let me know when you're ready. Go ahead, Katie. You're muted.
Sorry. Hi. So what I got was, have you ever worked with energy or done Reiki, anything like that?
Oh, no, but that's one of the things I had thought about doing when, things about you talking about things to consider, Lisa. I just had been thinking about, because I saw some online Reiki classes and I thought about doing that. I didn't have the time wasn't right, but yes, I had actually thought about that.
Okay. Yeah, I felt that for you, that working with energy, maybe starting out with Reiki could really help you to open up. And like, I think you're naturally gifted in working with energy. And so once you start doing it, then things will become more clear of like where you want to go from there and what you want to do with it. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, that seems really spot on, as I had
Okay.
actually seriously been considering that. And if it hadn't been for the time was off, I would have probably taken the online class about that.
Cool. So you already knew. You already know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Katie. Yeah, right. Totally agrees with what Lisa was saying. It's great. All right. Julia or Tiffany?
Okay,
Okay, go ahead, Julia.
okay. I got that. Took me a minute to figure it out, and the other people actually helped me when I was listening to them, so that's always great. Yeah, you're kind of at this massive energy crossroads. There's all these different. It looks kind of like the center of a wheel. There's all these different spokes, and I think once you pick a path, whether it's working with energy or other stuff, yeah, I think energy is a good place to start. They just sort of, it's almost like your soul is kind of waiting to have direction, and so you're getting all these little spurts of things, because it's like, well, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this, and I think there are a number of different things that would be equally good for you, and energy is one of them.
Oh, great. Thank you. Did you get any other very prominent modalities?
I'm seeing a heart, so I'm let's see, is it physical or?
Oh, wow. I'm working with one of the practitioners that's not here today, Henry, and they pulled a couple of cards for me for the year, and two of them were love. So that actually is very interesting. Thank you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm also getting like empathy, and I think you have a lot of, oh, okay. You're very strong, Claire blended, which is all the different things, which you probably already figured out. You're getting all kinds of good stuff. You also have quite the machine gift potential. I have that too. So
What? I'm sorry?
the machine gift potential, it's like, how you've been doing like things with it. You can interact with machines basically with your energy. I think we can all do that, but I think some of us have more of a sort of affinity than others.
Oh, interesting. Actually, there are a lot of, I think I have I feel like I have an energetic electronic stalker that is always sabotaging my electronics. But there is definitely some sort of connection with electronics.
And that's what Julia's talking about. I think that's how it expresses when we don't like honor that it's there.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's very helpful.
You're welcome.
Great. Thanks, Julia. Tiffany?
All right, I pulled some tarot cards, and what's interesting is I got a series of women in the reverse position. So this is Nine of Pentacles, this is the World, and this is the Star. And so the World and the Star, those are major arcana cards, and so that symbolizes this is like a major life lesson. And then the final card I got was Two of Swords. So I think what this means is that ultimately this is your decision to make. And so these like reversed female characters would be you, and it's like this is a question that you can't really ask other people and like they give you the answer. It's something you ask within yourself. And so I think once you decide, you know, what path you want to take, then, you know, these cards will become right side up.
Oh, in the reverse, the cards are reversed.
Yeah, when I pulled the cards, they were reversed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the card that was upright was the Two of Swords, which is about making a decision.
Right.
So it's about deciding for yourself.
When you pull reverse cards, what does that mean to you?
It can mean like the opposite of the actual meaning, or it can mean like there's a blockage or an obstacle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Great. Does anyone else have any other practitioners? Anything else you want to jump in and share before Susie and I? Go ahead, Susie.
Okay, so Lorelei messaged me and she said, "Can you see Joy's background?" And it's the chakras, it's energy. So looking at it, it just resonates so much with us. And then all the other practitioners are saying you got to do energy work, play with energy. Reiki, it is a great foundational tool. And when you learn Reiki or when you attune to Reiki, and I've got on my playlist all 3 levels of Reiki on YouTube. So you can find the time. You can get the books. Diane Stein's Essential Reiki is an excellent book, and it talks about it. If you want to have that one-on-one work with somebody, I know somebody here in Everett, but Reiki is an excellent foundational tool because first it asks you to work on yourself, and then level 2 is working with somebody else, whether it's in person or remotely. And 3 is the level where you learn to teach it. And then there are all these flavors of Reiki, which are great to have, but you don't necessarily need to. But getting comfortable with Reiki and doing the energy work, and then you can open up and go look at the other stuff. So everybody here talking about energy, spot on.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Susie.
Sure.
Diane Stein, what was the name?
Diane Stein, Stein.
Okay.
And her book is Essential Reiki.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay,
Yay.
great. Thank you. Thank you.
It's great. And you mentioned that you just set up some sort of queer community website.
Oh, yes, yes. Loveisneverwrong.com with hyphens between the words.
Right. And so, right. So you've got all the colors of the rainbow, and the chakras being all the colors of the rainbow, right? And the symbols for the community. And you talked about love, and you're wearing this really hot pink symbol of love. So just the colors of your colors are what you have that's going on in your life right now. So again, how you know your answers.
I'm sorry, what?
Again, you already know your answers.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really, really helpful. Thank you all, everyone.
Great. Thank you so much for supporting us with your question. All right, we've got a bunch more people joining us right now. So everyone just coming in, we're transitioning to another question. Maybe not everyone's on audio yet. All right, so is it Nikita is next?
Hi.
Hi. And you go by,
Hi.
Nikita? Is that your,
Nikita or Kiki is fine,
whatever
whichever
you
is
want,
easier.
whatever you want,
Huh?
whatever you want.
Go by Kiki. Go
All right,
by Kiki. That's
all
fine.
right, great.
Yeah.
All right. What is your question?
Okay, so I feel like it's a couple things. So I feel like with me with healing, looking at healing, that you heal the core thing that needs to be healed, and then I heal the other smaller parts. So I've been on this journey, and I'm at the point where I'm trying to put myself out there more or less to be seen, and I'm wondering, like, and I kind of feel like this may be something to do with maybe past life stuff where I lack the ability to be creative. And so I'm trying to figure out how to be creative as far as getting myself out there and allowing myself to be seen. And I've also learned shamanism with the healing, but I feel like there's something more. So I don't know if I don't know what it is, what the more is, but also if I need like a mentor. But aside from that, like I feel it's more of learning more of the shamanic way they're healing. And lastly, I am a medium, and I did 2 readings, let's say this month and last month. I don't do them often, but I usually, when I do the work, I do my little ritual and the readings are good. But the past 2 seem to kind of be similar in the way that how the information was coming through. Usually the messages and the information comes through kind of quickly, whereas this time it was like lagging. And so I didn't know if it was me blocking that, or if it was the 2 clients doing like the blocking based off of like maybe their expectation, because I do leave myself very open to receiving the information. And then today I thought, oh well, maybe it was just kind of a quick passing thought, like, oh well, maybe I don't need to do mediumship just because of those 2 things, incidences. But at the same time, that's something I find, this work that we're all doing, I find to be very humbling. So
Great. So the gist of your question, tell me if I'm getting it right. It's what might be in the way for you of expressing and practicing, and then how to get yourself seen and get yourself out there more, maybe like any blocks or any specific strategies. Is that what you're?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I don't know if you saw in the chat, we're teasing about more people ready for our panels. Meaning you, in case you didn't know what we.
I'm sorry.
I said we're teasing in the chat too.
Oh,
More people
yes,
asking
yes.
questions that are ready to be certain.
Yes.
Very ready to be.
I actually did reach out to you a while ago, but at the time I was really busy with another job, which I had now quit. So I thought about you not too long ago to reach out. So I'm definitely going to fall through with that again.
That's great. And I'll put information in the chat for anyone that wants to apply to be in our events. And Lisa is ready.
Hey, Kiki, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Thank you.
Kiki, what do you want to do with your gifts? Do you just want to use them personally with your friends, or do you want to build a business from them? What do you want to do?
I would like to have a business. I'm really in tune to helping people. It's rewarding doing this work as a practitioner to Reiki and an intuitive medium. So that's what I want to do. This is like, I've quit jobs based on my awakening, based on, just so I could fulfill this obligation, I guess, sort of, if that makes sense.
Sure. No, totally, totally. So when you say, you talk about blocks, but let me ask first, when you talk about being creative to be seen, what are you doing?
I do give out business cards, and I do get on lives, but I feel like there's more. Like I don't know really how to work. I have two pages, a group and a page, and I do actually work at a spa that I could go on their page, but I just don't know how. I have a bad time talking about myself, and this here too is a little bit of a struggle,
Mhm.
you know, but like I have a hard time talking about myself.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
All right. All right. I totally get you there. When I was starting out, just as a creative, right, it was really tough talking about what I did, because really the idea is it's not about what I do and how I do it. It's really about sharing with your customer the benefits they're going to receive because you're solving their problem. And that's really where you want to go with when you're talking with somebody. It's, oh, I'm a medium and I'm a channel and I do this and I do this. Instead, maybe what you could say is, I help people overcome X and I do this through Y. That's a really simple way to get people to listen, instead of what I usually call monologuing like a supervillain, because nobody likes a monologuer, right? And so you want to capture their attention. And then when you state that, basically what I say to new clients is, pretend you're on a diving board in a swimming pool and you are jumping off that diving board and you've got to tell your captive audience around you what you do. Use that line. And then once you hit that water and you come up, either you have dispersed the people and they're not interested in what you have to say, or you've got people hanging out with you going, tell me more. And that's what you want. And then it becomes a conversation dance. And it's talking in sound bites, really, but very concisely about what you do and how you help. And so when you start that dance, and suddenly it's a wonderful conversation, and your potential clients don't feel put on the spot. Like, okay, well, I read tarot. You want a reading? Well, no, I don't know what you can do for me. I don't know what tarot does for me. Does that start to make sense?
yes,
Okay, fantastic.
absolutely.
Great. And I think that will help with your blocks. That will help once you start being clear about what it is you offer. I think you're going to find the blocks disappear.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks, Lisa. Tiffany's ready.
Hi, Kiki.
Hi, love.
All right. The first card I got was the Eight of Swords. And this card is about feeling stuck, and it's like, like you're bound and you can't move and do anything. But if you look closely, her feet are actually free. So you have the ability, you have the capability to do this. And then I asked, what can you be aware of? And I got the Hermit card. And so I think this is confirming, continuing your self-work. Maybe really looking at the blocks and resistance that you have to marketing yourself and public speaking and talking to people about what you do. And then I got the Knight of Pentacles when I asked how you can be seen. And so I think what this is saying is just being very consistent and determined, steady, reliable. So like if you have social media, it's important to like post, regularly and like be consistent. And because it takes, I think, people 7 times to see you before they will actually like start to trust you or like reach out. So it does take time. So that's what I got from the cards.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Tiffany. All right, Katie, and then Julia.
Hi, Kiki.
Hi.
So I know you mentioned shamanic work, and do you do that with clients?
I'm just, you know what, somewhat, even through my Reiki healings, I will do that. So whether it's drumming, I'll do it.
Okay, yeah. I saw you drumming and I saw you dancing. Yeah. And I had this vision of you like starting a regular group that meets where you do like I don't know if you're already doing this, but having like a shamanic, some kind of a shamanic circle that meets where you can like drum and take people on journeys and like basically be a shaman, you know, like, and help people to journey. And I also got the hit of plant medicine. I don't know if you work with plant medicine, but that could be something like a really good niche. Like if you could help people maybe like integrate those experiences or like provide support. I feel like you have a very supportive, strong presence that can help people feel really comfortable. Yeah, so I just saw you as this like powerful shaman, like, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That feels good. They're around, and I haven't worked with plant medicine yet. Just
Okay.
so much to learn and adapt to on this journey that I'm like, when it comes up, I guess.
Yeah. No rush.
So thank you.
But yeah, where do you live?
In Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you in a city?
Where I'm at, there's it's kind of not small, but I have to travel out to be around like-minded people for the most part.
Okay.
So we're here, but nobody's like, you don't really know. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How does that feel about like having a regular circle that meets?
That's actually interesting because I was thinking about having a meditation circle, and within that, you know, I would do sound healing or the drumming. Actually, I thought of that today. So it's something that I know has to happen.
Yeah, yeah. So just like, and of course the self-love, you know, that'll help with the confidence, like really just loving yourself up and like telling yourself how proud you are of yourself and like celebrating yourself. Like, yeah, I saw you just like enjoy dancing and dance more.
Yeah, thank you. That was cool.
Yeah,
That was kind of my theme today for readings when I did it.
nice.
So thank you.
Great, thanks, Katie. Julia, did you want to jump in?
Yes. I think it's gotten better since this reading actually, but before, I think part of it is because you live in an area that's not, you know, quite as metaphysical as maybe you would like. And I think you were sort of half consciously internalizing like other people's way of being creative, and it was sort of getting in the way of what you wanted to do. So just remember that, you know, your way is sort of your own unique way of doing things. And I feel like you're going to figure that out pretty quickly. But it's not other people's, like some other people will suggest something, and I think like you'll know whether that's good or not for what you want to do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. Anyone else? Anything else they want to jump in and share before Susie and I? Before Susie and I go? All right, go ahead, Susie.
Hey, Kiki. Just because you have a couple of bad readings doesn't mean you totally suck at what you do. It is sometimes you do. There have been times I've been online where I was just like, I'm not getting anything, or I was way off the mark and somebody else said it. So it is part of the shifting energy you're experiencing. Yeah, it keeps you humble, but it's also going to help you stay more attuned, help you focus a little bit more. let's see, just keep going, keep doing it. And I do see that you're in a situation where you're going to need to create your environment, your community, and to
Mhm.
be at the spear. You're a spearhead for that. And so, all these ideas that are being presented are just spot on. I can see you doing all the drum circles and all the things. And so, yeah, hang in there. You've got this.
Thank
And
you
you
so
you
much.
have us over here on the West Coast and in between that we can love
I'm
and
coming for
bring you up
sure.
there. Yeah. So well done. Welcome.
Thank you.
But I don't know if you had this before working with these two people, that if you feel some hesitancy in you and your energy is kind of like, I'm in, I'm doing it and I'm not, and I'm in, I'm doing it and I'm not. And like, it might then resonate with other people that are, I'm open to a reading and I'm not, I'm open to a reading and I'm not. Kind of thing. So it's your willingness, right? Getting yourself in a place of like, this is a dance and I have no idea and I'm going in for it. Right. And then you find the people that are willing to just jump in with you. And I see Lisa's got
Yeah.
something too. Go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback, Lorelei, off of what you said, and that is, Kiki, it's okay if you're giving somebody a reading and you're not getting hits. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm not getting hits. So we could either reschedule when I do feel better, or I can just refund your money and we can part ways. Well, whatever
Right.
that scripting means to you, but it's okay, because I've turned
Mhm.
away clients before because we weren't a fit.
What if like you're like halfway through the reading? Would you still then do that? Like suggest that you're not their person and then, or reschedule even?
Were you getting any hits prior to that, like in the first
Yeah.
half of the reading?
Yeah, I had gotten some strong stuff for them, and this was two different times. So time in between, where the first one I got, it was a female, some female, but one of the things she kept saying was, because there were three of them, so they were triplets, and she was like, the mom used to say this all the time. She used to say it. I wish she would say it. So I don't know if that was a block, whereas it wasn't a thing for me, but I was really open to whatever was coming through. And I did tell her some stuff, like that was really big for her, and then it was what it was, but it just didn't feel like the other readings I had given, where it was kind of like a pool to kind of get the information. And then with the second person I had gotten, it was like the same kind of, pretty much the same situation. So actually, now that I'm thinking of this, because there were two people, usually when I clear my room up, because I clear it every time I go in it, these two times I did have two other people in my room. So two different times I had a girl in there where I was doing the drumming on her, and then, or gave her energy work, and then she left out. Then the second time there was somebody that was in my room, but she had decided to get out. So I don't know if that was like a thing where that could have messed up the energy of the room, because usually, thank you, I usually clear it out and no one comes in until the client, and sometimes I don't even go outside the room. I usually, but I was wondering if that was a thing that had happened.
Yeah,
Like
it's quite, yeah, it's quite possible. That's, clear your energy after every session. And two, I think that because you've got a couple of really great hits in the beginning, I wouldn't cancel that, because I think, and I think Susie's probably going to back me up on this, but I think that it's really a matter of, you get a couple of really strong hits, and then you talk about those hits. Those are valid. Those are absolutely valid. And also, I think that maybe part of your business messaging is also, and the practitioners here can probably say it better than I can, and that is basically something like, there are no guarantees here. I can't guarantee your mama's coming through. We get what we get.
Right.
Okay, I hope that helps.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Susie.
Greatly.
Thanks,
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, Lisa, I am piggybacking on it. So yeah, clearing the room And
Mhm.
then I have had clients who are like Wonder Woman, just deflecting everything. Ching, ching. It's like, but the thing is, ching, ching. So it's not just you. It is a question of maybe the client is resisting something or you're feeling something that's uncomfortable. You get to work through it and you get to keep going and you get to believe in what you do.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you.
sure.
And also in general, I believe in charging a price upfront and after the session, during the session, in whatever way feels really good to you and your integrity that doesn't interfere
Mhm.
with the ability to give your gift. And so halfway through, you can choose to refund halfway. You can say you want to reschedule a whole other session. You can refund everything. Like it's up to you to whatever you want to do that feels good to you. Right? It's you being able to
Right.
you and find out what that is. There are no rules.
Right. Thank you, ladies panel. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you.
Thanks so much. All right. Let's see, we've got Laura, if I'm pronouncing your name right, and Kathy. Laura, where are you? There you are.
Am I okay? All right. Hello. I'm not very digital savvy, which is part of my question. So I have had a really interesting ride with like having a gift, learning what was it trying to say to me, all this and that. My question to hone in on though is I have been healing and working with children in nature and adults in other random ways, nothing of which has been a business. The children tracker school did turn into a business, but I couldn't exactly market it as like healing with children. I just teach children wilderness survival skills, and I have indirectly influenced them to this open way of living and soul gazing, and we do oracle cards and we just do all the things. I'm out in North Bend, which is the small town that doesn't really have are you out in North Bend?
I'm in North Bend, Washington. Is that where you are?
Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
this is so funny. So I have an acre, and this is what my question is. 13 years ago, I bought this property, and this property had its own spirit, and it told me, you need to be here and you are the portal keeper of this place. And I was like, what's this space supposed to do? And I have gone through a lot of trial to figure it out. And I think I've honed in on this space is supposed to be like this retreat healing center, but there's so many creative ideas floating around. I don't know how to hone in on anything. So I realized through all this work I've been doing, healing one-on-one-ish with people, I want to be branching out to get others here so I don't burn out and have the property have multiple people that work through it. So I built a composting toilet, like I've gotten the property ready. I just lack digital skills and all the like websitey things to get this place moving. And I was laughing today because I was like, I need an answer on how I can reach out to people that are doing healing work. And I don't get online much. And I just happened to open Facebook because I used to I've met you before at Sacred Embodiment. And all of a sudden your thing was there. And I was like, it took me forever to figure out how to get here within 5 minutes of seeing the post. But I got here. And so my question is like, how do I reach out? Because my need is now to use this property to do what it is meant to do. And I'm a portion of that concept. Like I can do my thing, but the property can keep doing more things when I can't always be there. And that's kind of where I thought my question was today until I landed on I thought I'd just come check out what you guys were doing. And I didn't even know what this was about here for tonight. So that was it. So I feel like I'm being called to reach more people. I've had a lot of success with what I'm doing with people. It's not really labelable, or I don't follow like a certified thing. So there's where each of you seem to have like this I don't know even all the things. There's sound healing. I mean, I drum and I do shamanic work and I do eye gazing and I do all the things, but I don't have a formal training in the things.
Yes,
and something's always speaking through me, and I just listen to what it's saying and just start doing the things, and they're always different. They're never the same. So I can't say, oh, I do healing like this. It's like I meet you and then I do healing how your energy's telling me to heal you, but I don't know what you call it. So there, I built a property to do that, and that's it.
Great. I'm sure you're gonna have lots of answers.
Okay. A yurt. I built a yurt too, just recently. Come
By
see.
the way, while they're getting ready to answer, I'll say I have a colleague in Colorado that teaches wilderness skills, but she's really teaching kids to open to their intuition, and she's come out.
Yeah,
and visited
yeah.
and told them
Connecting to
to
nature and yourself through
Yeah.
listening to intuition. Yes. And trusting yourself. And it's funny because I've got a tree house. I built a gym. I built a rock wall. I built a yurt. I built a composting. I'm ready. Come
Well, tell
over.
my friend she can come out and visit too. But yeah, so
Yeah.
anyway,
Now I got to run a
Maybe-
business. That is where it all goes.
lots of
Beep.
answers. I love that I'm just up the hill from you. This is great. I'm up Mount Si Road. We got
Yes.
Lisa.
Okay. You know the house with the tree house?
Yeah, I know. I've driven by the.
Yeah, Iron Horse Trail right by the Red Bridge. That's me. An acre. It's the old bonsai nursery that has sacred energy because it does all these I mean, yeah. You know where I live.
Yep.
That's so
I'm
funny.
all the way up at the end of the road on the dirt road. That's where we're.
Oh, I was just there the other night for someone that lost a baby healing.
All right, we got Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie's gonna have stuff to say. Excuse me. Go ahead, Lisa.
Okay.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
Yes, I need business coaching for sure.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. I love what you're doing. I love the concept. I think it's fantastic. And I can't wait to see you launch it off the ground.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see, just to watch you grow with this. So that's going to be super exciting. And the card I drew, an oracle card, is just really about balance. So for you, what I want to see is to make sure that you've done a lot of the hard work already. And now it's about coming back and balancing out how to make it work, right? Because I don't want to see you on the property building more yurts. I want to see you on social media, or maybe not social media. I want to see you connecting with people to create the community to bring to your property. That's your next step.
Yeah.
So tonight is a really good start because we've got Laureli and we've got Susy right here who are uber connected, and they can start sharing the word. And then I'm sure they'll probably invite you to other groups so that you can share the word.
Yeah.
And I also belong to a few outside group as well. And I think we all do belong to the same groups. But I think really it's a matter of start sharing your message, figure out what that message is. So that way you can share it and people can resonate with it, and then people can repeat it. And there is a book that I'm going to recommend that I could recommend to all of you who are in business. If you do all the things and you don't know how to talk about it, I do all the things. After all these years as a creator, a maker, building several hundred products over the years and selling them worldwide, I worked in different craft maker modalities. And now it's a matter of I help people create those products and either license them. I help them come up with a concept to make, to either enjoy personally or to sell. And so there are like all of these different stages that people can bring their concept to the world. And then it was a matter of saying, well, how do I talk about that? And the book I want to recommend is by she's a brand communicator here in Seattle. And the book is called 3-Word Rebellion. Everybody write that down, 3-Word Rebellion. And it's by Dr. Michelle Mazur, M-A-Z-U-R. She's fun, she's wacky, she's no nonsense. I love her. And for me, I was able to create this 3-word rebellion to talk about all the things that I do. And my 3-word rebellion is I help people find the courage to create. Courage to create is the basic fundamental piece in there. But now in this group, I help mystics find the courage to co-create with spirit and intuition. And so you can see it's still there. And so you might say, well, how do you do that? That's a really good launching point for people to go, how do you do that? Kiki, how do you do that? Laura, how do you do that? Oh, well, I can do it through A, B, and C. I have this community. I have this property. I have this, and this. So that's where you start. And I hope that was helpful to you.
Yeah, I think for me, it's more the delegating of the online stuff because I will just waste time and I just zone out. So I feel like I can really strongly communicate in person what I do and what and kind of what you're saying. But it's like I I don't think I can set up a website or things like that. So,
That's part of building your community and asking.
okay. Yeah. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lisa. All right. Who's ready next? Julia, Tiffany, or Katie? Maybe Tiffany. Go ahead. And then Katie, and then Julia.
Okay. First of all, I love this idea, and I would be super interested in talking to you more about this. So
I'm
the first, yeah, the first card I got for you is the Ace of Wands, and the Wands is about passion, creativity, intuition, just doing what your heart desires. And the Ace is about like new beginnings, so like a new idea. So this totally represents like the birthing of this, and it is usually means like success. So this is a good card for your idea. Next, I got the Queen of Wands, which feels like it's you. So just very fiery, passionate, innovative. Trying to build this retreat center. And then I got the Five of Swords, and traditionally fives represent conflict. The name of this card though is na 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 na. So it's just kind of like this playful kind of like feel to it. And to me, this represents like the young adults that you work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of like playing around and joking with each other. And then I got King of Wands. Do you have a business partner or a romantic partner that helps you with any of this?
No. Maybe
Okay.
I'm getting one.
Yeah. That's a sense that I'm getting.
I've imagined one.
Because it's super interesting when I see the cards laid out. They look like this.
Oh, lots of
And
yellow.
so I see like you and then your business partner on each side of the kids, and you're each kind of facing away from them. So it's almost like you're just kind of like open, like welcoming them in and kind of surrounding them. So I get this really warm feeling about this.
Can I ask you a question that didn't relate to my share, but this might be where it's coming from for you? I have a ex-husband, so I'm a single mom.
Okay.
He's a mile down the road and he's trying to stop me from everything I do.
Oh, okay.
And it's all very local what I'm trying to do, and he's very big in the town. So I'm wondering if to me that kind of shows that picture maybe with the kids in the middle, but
okay, I totally got goosebumps when you were saying that. So that's probably what that's representing.
I just wanted to validate that maybe you're picking up on me, my energy, and that is very true with that read. Regarding the business, it's like trying to pursue this with someone trying to hold you back from doing it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm going to imagine it being this other person that I'm going to recruit.
Yes. Manifest that.
Yes.
You came to this place with all these other people that want to support you. So that's just one other.
Yeah, that's right. I just also been in court last week. So, but yeah.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Yeah, thank you.
Katie, and then Julia.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
I love this idea too. Yeah, and I'm definitely interested in talking to you more about it as well. So yeah, what I got was maybe you can do a ritual or a ceremony to call in the perfect team to help you with this. Yeah, just I'm sure it'll come through for you if you ask like what to do, that something will come through. And yeah, just putting that intention out there in a very intentional way. Yeah, and that just the fact that you showed up here and you're living right next to Laureli, I feel like you're already like the spirit's already helping you to make this happen. And there's so many people out there that I'm sure would love to help you with this. Yeah, and yeah, just keep following your intuition. And oh yeah, another thing that came to me was there's this website for intentional communities. And I don't know if you're actually wanting to start like an intentional community or if it's more of like a business thing, but it could be both.
Well,
And
actually, I don't foresee my first step being any kind of profit. I just really want to like donation, help, like get this kind of place going. So I didn't foresee it like being like, oh, I really need to like make a sustainable living off of it. I just want to get the property out to healers, and I'm sure it will benefit me eventually, but like that wasn't the first reason. So I don't know if that
okay.
helps. So yes, intentional community is that like something online?
There's, yeah, ic.org. They have a
Oh.
whole database there and you can list your property. And so people that are looking to move to intentional communities can find you that way.
Okay. That's really
But
helpful.
yeah, but I'm definitely interested. I have a vision of, I've had a vision of having a retreat center for a long time. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, all kinds of connections. So it's great. Thank you, Katie. Julia, if you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I don't have that much to add, except just to confirm, that yeah, I already feel like there's a whole bunch of like wonderful spirits. One of my gifts is to work directly with other people's spirit guides. And yeah, they're all like lining up like, yeah. It's really cute. And I can totally relate to I don't know what I do. I mean, I've listed all these different modalities, but I don't know where I'm going to go, where it's going to lead. I have 3 different ways of getting information. I can go to the Akashic records. I usually start going directly to the people, or I can go work with either my guides or their guides. And that's just one thing. I mean, everything just does what it wants when it wants. I don't even know if I'll get clairvoyant, clairaudient, whatever. So
Thank you.
Great.
you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Right, I'm getting the link for our, we have a practitioners community. So lots of, so I run fairs in person as well, started back again. And so I'm connected to lots and lots of practitioners in the area, some of which are here on the screen right now. Just lots of people that would be interested. I also run authentic relating events. I mean, there are just tons of people in communities that would love to have your space. And do you know Sharon, who runs Twin Peaks, I forget, Wellness? I'm not sure exactly what it's called in town.
No, but I think I've been in there. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
had been to the Stacy's place, but it just shut down. I think the sanctuary for a
Okay.
little bit.
But yeah, so just tons and tons of resources. So, Susie, anything you want to?
The new moon is coming up, so you can set your intention with the new moon. I don't know if you work with the moon, but this is a great opportunity for you to go out there and go commune with your nature people.
All right.
Say, look, y'all, this is what we want to manifest. It's in
Yeah.
divine alignment. And, Lisa talks about how she has businesses work with the moon. So, but working with the moon is really impactful, and it's a practice. You can keep going. And it also looks up at the sky, and it sounds like you're in a place where you can look up and see, oh, look, there's that star, and all that.
Yeah, I like doing like the women's moon circles, and then
Oh,
I
yeah.
have, and I'm usually in nature with the moon, like getting yelled at by seals and stuff. But I again, like definitely agree. That would be a lovely reoccurring thing to offer here, I would think too.
And that's the beauty of ritual, is that the more you do it, the more you shift that energy of wherever you're doing it,
Yeah.
so that it holds your intention in it, and it all conspires to make you, to have you in that place where where you're happiest. I'm not going to kick in successful, but
Yeah.
where you are happiest and most fulfilled. So I'm excited to hear more
Yeah.
about it too.
Yeah.
Well
I love
done.
working with like grief, especially. I'm really comfortable around people's grief. So I wanted, because of also with this pandemic, to like hold space on Tuesdays in North Bend for people to come and feel like they can share grief. I just didn't know how you can go about saying things like that or marketing it and not have certifications and things, and just holding space, not claiming to do anything that needs a certain, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm jumping on Susie.
Yeah.
I have no formal,
yeah.
I have no formal certification really in any metaphysical anything. So
Okay, I didn't know what was allowed or whatever and accepted.
Oh, see, we're metaphysicians. We're not normal
Yeah,
anywhere.
okay.
You know, we do all this stuff, and it's trying to find that language that fits into somebody else's box. And it's
Yeah, to
interesting. That's
deliver
just,
it.
yeah, it's like, who needs to hear it? But you know, those folks who are not going to buy into it or mock me, they're not my people. They're not the ones I'm
Right.
going for.
Where they
So
don't know, and the delivery is where you lose them. And that's what I was kind of trying to hunt down, is like maybe learning how to deliver to the people who don't know.
We just,
you'll find the words.
I, we
Or
have
colors.
there, like I know a practitioner in town that specializes in grief, that she has certificate. Like you could have different specialists that come in and like share anything you want to learn, like make your space available for those people. And
Lorelei, what are you doing tomorrow? Come on over here.
I know exactly. Hey, tomorrow I have time. I have time tomorrow morning. I'm coming down.
Okay, I'm serious. I am kid free this weekend.
All right, great. Let's see. So we have one more question, so I want to leave on, but clearly we
Okay.
have lots we do to play. Yeah, this is great. And do you pronounce your name Laura or
thank you,
Laura,
sorry.
or how do you pronounce your name?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Lara, like the Tomb Raider, but
yeah,
not
great.
as aggressive, but
I used to be Laura
badass.
with you, so yeah.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, everybody.
Kathy has been waiting. Kathy. Thank you.
That's so exciting hearing you guys talk about, co-creating and playing. That's so exciting. Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy. Good seeing, familiar faces, new faces. I've been learning a lot, playing a lot. And so I don't have a specific question, but more just playing around with energy. If I could, can you guys hear me?
We can. It's a little low. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop my video because I have bad connection.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't have a specific question. Just kind of like, what do you all pick up intuitively? Either it's guidance, lessons, past lives. But I just wanted to play around tonight. Anything you're picking up, and I love just playing with energy and playing with people with energy. So this will be fun.
Great. Thank you so much for your question. I'll give them a chance to check in. Totally appreciate you being here and supporting us in our process, playing with us. You're another practitioner too, right? Practitioner.
Lorelei, I like how you're just throwing it out there. Yes, I am.
Who knew the next panel would be in the audience? While they're all checking in, I'm going to put in the chat again a feedback form. Anyone who's willing to fill it out, we put you in a drawing for a free 30-minute session with one of the practitioners on the panel tonight. Fill it out and give us your email address. We have another panel coming up on, it must be Sunday, late afternoon, on finding your purpose.
Man, I feel you all tuning in. It's like bam, 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 bam. That's what I'm feeling. It's like a party in my house right now, a spiritual party. That's so fun.
The audience of practitioners is checking in too. Yeah, Tiffany, if you were ready, go ahead. You're looking like you're getting there. Go ahead.
All right. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so the first card I got was Knight of Wands. It is reversed. So the Knight of Wands is about taking action towards your passions, someone who's very free-spirited and just kind of like going for it. But it is reversed, and so it feels like there might be something holding you back from that. But I did get the Sun also. And so it feels like, you are generally a very happy person, very bright and shining. And both of these cards, are very bright and yellow, some red. And so with these two together, yeah, it feels like, generally you're like very open and like joyful, but then maybe is there something that's blocking you from feeling totally happy right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the last 6 months, I went through a lot of upheaval with karma, like losing my two furry pet companions, have money
Mhm.
stolen from my, like $40,000, having to deal with aging parents,
Mhm.
just so many changes. And so I've never had my life really just been turned upside down. So I feel like I've been stripped of who I thought I was,
Mm.
literally like a phoenix recreating myself. So I've been going to a lot of meetups. I miss community. I'm a Kundalini Kriya yoga teacher, but even then I don't find time because my mind has been so, like I feel so traumatized, right? Like
Yeah, that's a
back
lot.
to regular rhythm just because I needed time to grieve, but it's still there, vibrationally. But I
Uh-huh.
feel like I'm in a better space because I'm meeting with community. But what I
Okay.
feel is like that's the thing. I have so many things, and as I meet with like different coaches, I hear this word, and maybe this is the question of tonight that you guys can all tune in. When I hear they ask like, you need to know what you actually want. I feel like my power is like, well, I don't know what I want. And like, wow, asking what I want during a time when I don't even know who I am or what I'm going through, that is
Mhm.
a scary thing. So I'm like, I'm entering into this, I'm being reborn again, I feel like, right? The Phoenix. But I'm like, holy shit, excuse my French. I'm like, what the hell do I want? Right. And it's like, you can have anything, Kathy, because I know like manifesting, but because of the trauma, the betrayal, like just you name it, right? Those things carry with you, even though I'm like, let go, let go. It's like I'm learning how to trust myself again. I'm learning how to feel
Mm.
safe even after being violated. I'm learning how to go back to my playfulness, but it's taking a lot because I feel like I'm living in these a double life, right? And it's not 100% invested in XYZ. It's like a
Mhm.
split.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks, Brittany. Thanks for the solidarity. Yeah. And I think that's kind of what we're all going through in this, weirdness of this humanity, right? Whatever it is called, this upgrade. But it's like, I can know, I really cannot go back to where I was before. I don't know where I'm going. And that's where I'm in the space to go, wow, what can I create? And I'm excited, but I'm also like, oh, this is too much, like power, responsibility, all these things that come with it.
Mm.
And I kind of have a negative light on that, I think, because of what I've seen, right? So
Mhm.
I need to change my energy with, I know money and creativity. I think energy, money, and creativity are themes in my life right now, but they're all linked together. And so, Tiffany, when you said that, it's like, I want to go, but there's no fuel in the vehicle. Does that make sense? Or
Yeah.
I stop and start and stop and start. I don't want to say
Mhm.
there's no fuel, but that's sometimes how I feel subconsciously, that manifests itself consciously.
Yeah,
But
thank you
things
for
are a lot
sharing
better than
that.
the last time I came, guys. The last time I got over COVID. So my body, and I lost my sense of taste and smell, and I'm still getting it back, by the way. So my whole body is like, like I went through hell and back, but I'm surviving, and I'm like, dude, I might not have the same naive outlook that I did when I was younger, but I want to embrace the inner childhood again, and I don't want life's roughness to beat the heck out of me, to submission, to fear, to anxiety, which it
Mhm.
has in the recent past.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing all of that. Um, I do want to be mindful of time and anybody else who wants to go, so I'll try and wrap this up. But uh, it makes sense what you're saying because the cards that I got were like an upright card and then like a reversal card. And so with the king, this is someone who is the king of cups. So qualities of the king of cups is someone who, has emotional intelligence, is considerate, kind, very mature. And then we have the two of pentacles reversed, which is about balance. And so I would, infer that this means there's something out of balance with your life, as you were speaking of just a lot of upheaval, like you said. But I did get the Lover's card. So I think there are a lot of people who love you and support you. Thank you.
Tiffany. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Tiffany. Go ahead, Lisa.
Hey, Kathy, how are you this evening?
Happy like being in this space with y'all.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I can totally feel what you're feeling. I went through that 5 years ago. When I moved to Seattle, I was reinventing myself. I closed my shop and my mother-in-law died and I had to figure out what to do with dad. And then I had to figure out how to close my house and then close their house all within 6 months before moving out here to find a place to live, maybe find a job, all that happy stuff. So I understand the overwhelm. I understand the reinvent. Yeah. And it took me a couple of years. I know that feeling of ambiguity that you're feeling right now. I get it. But you know what? It's going to be okay because you've got the grit and determination. But maybe it's just breathing right now for you. Just breathe and go back and find the things that bring you joy. That's what I did. I went back and tried to find and reconnect with my 7-year-old. What did I love to do? And so maybe it's just exploring, re-exploring. You know, if we're all spirits living in a human existence, maybe it's an opportunity for you to go, you know what, I'm a brand new human being, but at least I'm not a newborn. At least I can think for myself, provide for myself. So what does that look like? So last year, 2.5 years ago, when I pivoted, came out of the spiritual closet and decided to help people in their business, mystics in their business, I started to create a product. It was the Moon Phase Journal. And I kept asking Spirit, okay, what's next? And Spirit's like, don't worry about what's next. Just concentrate on the small details. This small thing right now that brings you joy. And oh my God, it brought me so much joy. I want that for you. So co-create with Spirit. Get fun, get messy, expect no outcomes. And then maybe something will come of it. Does that help?
Oh, I love it. It totally, I'm on the same wavelength. Like, thanks for speaking, you know, because yeah, it's nice to know that you've been through it. Yeah, and it's nice to know that I know there's light at the end of the tunnel, but it's nice to hear from somebody who's gone through it and go, hey, focus on, thanks for reminding me about, it's the small stuff at this moment that counts, not the big, not, you know, making it huge or big. Ooh.
Yeah. And the card I pulled was details. And I didn't want to overwhelm you with details, but I think that really speaks to, you know, I was discounting Spirit. I should have never done that. Spirit's like, no, tell her about the details, but just enjoy who you are and enjoy the moment.
Yeah. You know, when you said details, I think I know what Spirit is asking me to do. I've been vibing more with affirmations to feel safe again, to trust myself. Like, I'm naturally confident. I naturally ask for help. And I realize that that's so simple, and I'm reprogramming my subconscious mind. And I think it's awesome. Details that they say, go back to the basics.
Exactly. That's fantastic.
Oh, beautiful.
Congrats, Kathy. You got this.
Woohoo! Kick ass. Thanks.
Thanks, Lisa. Katie's next.
Oh, well, I just want to second everything that Lisa said. Yeah. I think you're doing great. Yeah, this is just, it's a huge transition, and you're just, you know, you're changing so much, and be gentle with yourself. Yeah, rest, and yeah, find those little things that bring you joy, because that's going to lead you to where you want to go for sure. And I had this vision of you with your like bare feet on the ground, on the grass. So I think just being with the earth and grounding your energy would be really helpful to do that, you know, multiple times a day. And I also had this feeling of you collaborating with someone else. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe just that's something to have in the back of your mind, that just to notice if there's certain people in your life or that come into your life that you feel excited about collaborating with. Yeah. And also, you might already be working with some kind of healer, but yeah, to have support. So like work with some kind of healer that can help you through this shift, because it's huge. Yeah, and like those patterns that of feeling held back, they're from childhood, so like if you can find someone that can help you work through that trauma in a gentle way. Like, again, I recommend the somatic therapy because it's just so amazing. So yeah. And I'm so excited for you. Yeah. I see like so many bright, brilliant things in your future. So you got this. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Katie.
Mhm.
Great. And Julia had to take off, so I'll share her information in a couple minutes. Yeah, we did lose her. Sorry, we got to the end of our 8 o'clock. So yeah, just practitioners, anything else you want to share briefly with Kathy, and then Susie and I, anything else holding together? Susie, anything you want to jump in with?
Kathy, when you said you were the Phoenix, that's exactly what you are. You've had all of the stuff wiped away. Everybody said that. What I saw was a past life in which you were set adrift. And while Lisa is talking about the details look different in different situations. So as you're set adrift, you were able to focus on Polaris, the North Star. And that was it's a detail in my mind, and to focus on that one thing that got you in that direction. So find that detail that helps you move forward. So I am excited to see everybody's growth going on here. Thanks so much, everybody, for sharing your hearts with us. I think, what else? Did I make other notes? I know you've got guides with you. You've got a playful guide with you. It feels like it's kind of like Mother Mary, who she's not that standing up on the pedestal with her hands out going, oh, look at me, I'm so fabulous. She really got into the dirt with the kids, and she helped to bring up the one we know as Yeshua and his brothers and sisters. And there's also Raphael, who is the Archangel of Healing. He's going to help you heal so that you can help others. You've got this. Katie said that. You've got it. You're on it. And I'm excited for everybody. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you're healing well. And as Tiffany got all of the cards with all the bright yellow and the sun, and you have the bright yellow behind you, and you're so sunshiny and bright, and just like so heartful and playful. And yeah, you're just clearly so on your path. And yeah, lovely to have you here. And
Thank you so much, everyone. That was so fun. Thank you for reading into the energy and for your guidance. I really appreciate it. And I think this is where I cannot do it by myself. I'm not an island. And I realize how important community and finding your tribe or tribes or just people who vibe with you to hold that space. So as you held this space for me, each of you tonight, I'm able to see much more clearer and know that I'm not alone. So thank you.
you're very welcome. Great. We had lots of people ask questions tonight. Thank you so much for Tracy, Trina, Joy, Kiki, Laura, Kathy. Thank you for giving our practitioners and training on the panel so much great experience answering your questions, and everyone holding space for all of this together. Yeah, Laura, great big thank you and appreciation in the chat, right? So great. Sometimes we're not supposed to do the thing that we think we're supposed to do, right? It's not to work on our taxes. It's right. Follow the energy that shows up and follow the flow, right, of what's here. Totally great. All right.
I still don't want to go do it because it involves the things like paperwork and computers.
partners. Yep, we talked about that before. Exactly. It's great.
If y'all need a place to stay, come stay in the trees. Wonderful meeting you all. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. See you.
You can stay longer if you help with the taxes, help build the website.
Yes. Delegate it all.
So practitioners, we're just going to go around and share again. So go ahead and share about who you are, the modalities that you work in, how people can contact you on the web. So that's available in the video. And if you want to, you're welcome to share your special again too. So who practitioners want to go? I guess, should we start the same with Tiffany? We've done it before. So let's go with Tiffany and then Lisa and then Katie, and I'll share about Julia.
Yeah, so I do tarot card readings intuitively. I also have oracle art cards that I've created myself, and I can read with those as well. I'm also a life coach. I do Akashic record readings, and I'm also a Reiki practitioner. And my special tonight is a 15-minute reading for $20 or a 30-minute reading for $40.
Great. And how can people find you on the web if they watch this video and they want to connect with you?
Oh, yes. My website is tiffanycoaching.com. And my email is hellotiffanyt@gmail.com. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. All right, Lisa.
Hey there, I'm Lisa Stewart with sigilmagicgoddess.com. And as an intuitive business coach, I help mystics find the courage to co-create with their intuition to grow their confidence and their income. I also teach you how to work with the moon phases and tarot to effectively grow your business. Part of being a business coach is also helping with brand messaging, which I think many of you may need, as well as logos, layouts, and websites. I have two specials tonight. One is $26 Moon Phase Manifesting Digital Journal with integrated tarot spreadsheets, which is a fantastic opportunity for you to pull a card each day. And also there's a moon scheduler in there that will definitely help you out to manifest on the new moon, as Susie pointed out. And then also I've got a business workshop coming up, how to start your business when you don't know where to start. And that's also $33, and the code is in the chat, and it's also 20MeWe22. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Lisa. All right. And could you just say your website again one more time too for people?
Sure.
Spell it maybe.
Sigilmagicgoddess.com.
And maybe spell it, since some people listening might not know how to spell it.
Absolutely. Sigilmagicgoddess.com. SIGILMAGICKGODDESS.com. Thanks, Lorelai.
Thanks, Lisa. Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I help people connect with their bodies, their intuition, and their higher consciousness so they can navigate their life with more ease, confidence, clarity, and joy. And I'm an intuitive healer. I do somatic counseling, which is body-based counseling, and I also do hypnotherapy and energy work. I'm a Reiki master, and I also am just starting to teach and mentor. And my special tonight is a 60-minute distance Reiki and intuitive guidance session for only $55, and that's 30% off. Yeah, and I also do healing work with animals as well. Yeah.
Great.
And my website is vibrantway.com, and it has a hyphen in between vibrant and way. And my email is katie@vibrantway.com with the hyphen in between vibrant and way. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Katie.
It was lovely connecting with you tonight. Thank you.
And we also had Julia Kulak. She does psychic readings, life path coaching. She's focusing on medical intuition, lots of different things that Julia does. I'm not going to pronounce her website name correctly. It is mysticmilieu.wordpress.com. So it's mysticmilieu.wordpress.com. And I think it .com, just mysticmilieu.com also takes you there. Julia.Kulak. So it's julia.kulak@gmail.com. And her phone number, probably texting her is best, 971-985-0022. I probably calls, maybe she's great too. And her special is $10 for 30 minutes or $20 for an hour. So great bonus to work with Julia. Great. And Susie, do you want to share about yourself?
Thanks, Lorelei. I'm so excited we had such a good time tonight. I'm so pleased to be a part of this. My name is Susy Parker Goins, and I help people clear the blockages that are keeping them from a heartfelt life, because as with my work as a channel, I'm trying to remember how Lisa put it so I can show her I can retain something besides water. But I'm helping people clear their blockages by being a channel opening up to source and manifesting it or personifying it in a way that's accessible to somebody sitting with me. I'm an energy healer, past life explorer. I'm a mentor. I believe it's going to be March. If it's something different, my website will reflect that. I will be part of a spiritual pathway mentorship program through Journeying with Jessica VIP group. All that information's on, I believe, the front page of my website. And that's a 12-month program where you have access to 4 different practitioners so that we can talk about a topic and then get a Q&A. And that's one a week every month. So I'm excited about that. You can find me at bluelightninghealing.com. My email is Susy, SUSY, at bluelightninghealing.com. And my special is 10% off any kind of session that you sign up for, and it's MeWe10. And thank you so much. This has been great fun. I'm so pleased and proud of everybody we talked to tonight. Yay.
And I'm just going to say it again, your website is bluelightninghealing.com. Right?
Yes.
Great.
Thanks.
I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader. And in this case, I say the what first because I think the what is unusual and gets attention. I read your eyes, read your soul, and answer questions about your soul path, your purpose, career path. Show me photos of other people you're in relationship with, be it romance or work or their kids, and I can talk about them too and how the two of you get along and how you might get along even better. And I use this work also for matchmaking. So helping you find a soulmate, someone for romance, find a company that would really be great to work for that really values you and wants you. I help companies hire people too. Yeah, I love talking about you and just whatever's here. I also do body psychology. So it's all being aware of your path really that shows through your body. So your eyes and your soul and how it's showing up in your physical body. It gives us all kinds of clues as to how you might be blocked or be blocking yourself or be scared. And there are all kinds of ways of utilizing this great body to shift yourself out of fear and unblock and be on your path. And my website, the best place to find everything is LaureliShimayo.com. That's LaureliShimayo.com. And my sessions are 40% off if you've been here today. That's $100 an hour or $60 per hour for BIPOC folks as a step of making reparations. And I've got tons of classes coming up. I had a huge list of authentic relating opportunities. I'm doing a bunch of drop-ins coming up this week and the next few weeks, doing circling and games, ways of being present in the moment and playing with others. And I do 6-week deep dives with those tools as well. And then MeWe events, we are back to doing a lot of online events. We've shifted the structure a little bit. We've got Sunday, we've got a panel, Finding Your Soul's Purpose. We're gonna have about 6 practitioners on the panels now. And it's slightly higher price to ask a question of the panel, just like it was tonight. Thanks everyone for playing with us. And then next week, Friday, we have our Metaphysics and Intuition Practice Circle, where if you're already practicing a modality, come together with your peers and practice in breakout rooms with each other. Sunday, February 27, we have our fair for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have about 20 practitioners signed up for this fair at the moment. See how many we have as we show up that night, where we answer questions from the audience like this in an intuitive panel. And then we go into breakout rooms and offer all kinds of talks, group healings, group readings, and practitioners. Many of them are available to do sessions at the fair. You can sign up with us later. We offer specials, just like the team is offering specials tonight. And we have a learning circle where you can do exercises with us to practice opening your intuition on Thursday, March 3. And then on Saturday, March 12, we are having our first panel symposium. We have 4 panels happening almost at the same time. We start one at 4, and then one at 5, and then one at 6, and then one at 7. So we'll be talking about mediumship, energy and emotional healing and belief shifting, tarot and oracle cards, and there's another topic in here that I'm not seeing that I know is here. It's
animal communication.
Medical intuition for people and animals and animal communication. So all that's happening on one night on March 12. So book 5 to 9:30 p.m. or 4 to 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. Come and go as you please. And then we've got our in-person fairs happening again too. We have 2 coming up in the Seattle area in March. Saturday, Sunday, March 5, 6, we're in Linwood, and Saturday, Sunday, March 19, 20, we're in Bellevue, and then we go back down to Oregon for April. Thank you so much for being here with us as we get back online. We're at mewefairs.com. That's MEWEFAIRS.com. And we look forward to being with you for more fun. And I'm going to turn off the recording.